when I mentioned that there's a lot to unpack here, it's because our Constitution gives defendants a clear right to not put on any case whatsoever. In other words, the criminal prosecution can stand up, give its case against Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby's lawyers can say, thank you, we have nothing to say because we believe the prosecution has not met that burden of beyond a reasonable doubt. So anytime the defendant is compelled to offer testimony in a manner that may be used against him, that's not going to happen in a criminal arena because typically you'd have someone like Bill Cosby invoking that Fifth Amendment right. I think there is a societal understanding that if you're going to wait 1 year to bring up a potential criminal charge against a man who is very powerful, who could possibly determine the fate of your career, there are understandable reasons for being conflicted in that situation, for being intimidated, for any number of reasons not wanting to immediately come forward. And of course, I think as a culture, we have a better understanding of the shame, the self-blame, the lack of self-worth that victims are often left feeling after a sexual assault. It's a bitter pill to swallow in a situation like this where the public, in its opinions, may feel very strongly about the credibility of witnesses or the importance of a conviction. And it just goes to show that all of those rights have to be balanced against constitutional rights at all times. And when I was a prosecutor, I used to explain that guilt in the eyes of the law is very different from guilt in the eyes of God. And that was my way of saying that the law applies its own standard of. I think that it's best if we see this as an affirmation of our constitutional right against self-incrimination and the importance of that right, and how even as a federal criminal prosecutor, I recognize how fundamental to our democracy that right is. And I choose to view this opinion as one where the court is safeguarding the right against self-incrimination that in no way reflects upon the credibility of the witnesses or the believability of the testimony.